exercise. Complete and balance the equation. So we did the first 15 pages. We'll start with page 16. You can use the screen annotation, mic, or a chat to state the answer. Calcium phosphate is there, is obtained by mining. It reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid to form fertilizers and superphosphate. Predict the formula of calcium phosphate. So calcium phosphate, because the valencies are not same, you simplify valency and cross multiply. So it cannot be further simplified. So you can just cross multiply. You can use any part of the screen to answer. It's not really like we should use a given place. Any part of the screen you can use. Yeah, calcium phosphate, calcium superphosphate. We just cross multiply the valencies. The next one is insoluble compounds are made by precipitation. Precipitation means when we mix the two solutions with each other and one solid is formed and then an aqueous solution. Complete a word equation for preparation of zinc carbonate. So we want to prepare zinc carbonate. One of the salt is sodium carbonate. So zinc, and the second one is nitrate. That's good because all nitrates are soluble. So always take a nitrate as one of them. So if zinc nitrate react with sodium carbonate, it will give zinc carbonate.
You can
plus
also say sulfate.
Zinc sulfate, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, zinc sulfate you can mention, but to be on the safe side, as I mentioned, all nitrates are soluble. So any nitrate salt is there, anything with a nitrate is always soluble. So it would never be wrong. But sulfate like barium sulfate, calcium sulfate, lead sulfate, these are insoluble. So if you are 100% sure of that salt which is soluble, then you can write any. Why we need a soluble salt? Because in ionic precipitation, that's a method in which we mix the two solutions with each other. So we want a soluble salt. So when we mix the two solutions with each other, as a result of combination of the two solution, one will still remain a solution and another solid will form. So one still remain as a solution and a solid is formed. That's called precipitation. The next one, complete a symbolic equation. Lead nitrate is reacting with sodium chloride. So it will produce sodium nitrate plus lead chloride. Then balance the equation. So 2 chloride there and 2 sodium. So this equation is balanced. Write an ionic equation for silver 1 chloride. So silver 1 chloride, if you need an ionic equation. So silver, first, this we need AgCl. So what are the ions react to form AgCl? So there will be a silver plus 1 ion and chloride minus 1. So this Roman 1 is representing the valency. And the state symbol, but even though sometimes they specify that write the state symbol, but state symbol ions are always aqueous. So you will write aqueous, aqueous, and the solid, the salt which is formed because it's ionic precipitation, it will always be a solid. Complete the ionic equation. Iron 3 is reacting with hydroxide. What is the product? So it will produce iron 3 hydroxide because iron is plus 3 here and hydroxide is minus 1. So we just cross multiply. So iron 3 hydroxide FeOH3 in a bracket, FeOH in a bracket 3 will be there. Then 0.015 moles are reacting with
We will take a ratio between 0.015 and 0.045 to get it in whole number.
Whole number. And so they mentioned it's only producing a one product. So one product means they're producing ICL because they mention here moles forming a single product. So when they're forming a single product, one product means one iodine will be there, one chloride joined together. So when you take a mole ratio, this is 0.015, this is 0.045, and this is 0.03.
We can divide by smallest value and then
Yeah.
get it in whole number.
So 0.045 is there, and this one is 0.03. When we take a simplest ratio, we divide, like we want to take a simplest ratio, we divide by the smallest value, 0.015, 0.015, 0.0. So this will be 1 here, this will be 2, and this will be, sorry, this will be 3 here, this will be 2. So how many iodine we need? We need 2 iodine and we need 6 chlorine in the product. So what should be the formula of the product? If we need, and here 2 moles are needed, so we need